Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we'll be trying something new. Something that came to me after answering a lot of questions of people asking the differences between certain GShock models. It dawned on me I could do a video covering these differences and help in explaining some lineups within the GShock range so people don't have to watch 10 videos to understand what's going on. So this is going to be a buying guide of some sort. Today, we'll cover the crude comparison between metal G-Shocks, starting with the top-of-the-line MRG, moving through the middle MTG, and finishing off with the entry-level GST, as I think these models confuse people the most. This will just be an explanation of each line and the biggest differences, while I might do further explanation of each of these ranges in the future. We'll start off with the MRG, the top of the line and most luxurious GShock Casio offers. A lot of people are not aware that this is the only line where the watches are made entirely out of metal. The other two, despite being named Metal Twisted G, which is the MTG, and the G Steel, which is the GST, are a combination of resin and metal, and even those two have a difference in how metal is used. But we'll get to that. Now back to the MRG. It is made in Japan, in the Yamagata factory, and uses the highest quality materials and skills Casio has. All the models are made of strengthened and coated titanium, making them up to 5 times harder than steel. The prices range from $2,600 up to $7,400 for the hammer-tone model that has a hand-engraved bezel. The lineup is all analog, and you get to choose between 2 sizes and 3 modules. The MRG G2000 and MRG G1000 are roughly the same size, with the 1000 series having GPS and radio-controlled atomic timekeeping, while the 2000 has triple connect, adding Bluetooth on top of the GPS and atomic function. Then you have the MRG B1000, which looks like the 2000, but it's actually smaller and lacks the GPS functionality, using only Bluetooth and atomic radio control timekeeping. Next, we move on to the MTG series, which stands for Metal Twisted G. And although many people think this is also a full metal G-Shock, it is not. It actually has an outer cage made of metal with the resin case placed inside of it. Despite that, this is also a high-end G-Shock, as it's also made in Yamagata factory at Casio's PPL, which stands for Premium Production Line. The prices range from $800 up to $1,900, so quite affordable compared to the MRG, but still very expensive for a G-Shock. The models also feature sapphire crystal just like the MRG and are overall slightly bigger. The lineup consists of the MTG G1000 and MTG S1000, which are almost the same in size, but differ in the G1000 being GPS atomic hybrid, while the S1000 is atomic only. Then we have the newest MTG B1000, which is slightly smaller in diameter and comes with Bluetooth and atomic function, meaning it can connect to your phone to get the correct time or any of the 6 towers in the world. Lastly, we come to the affordable line of metal G-Shocks, the GST line, which stands for G Steel. These, just like the MTG, are not made entirely of metal, but use the same construction where the outer parts are made of metal while the case itself is made of resin, or plastic. The differences between the construction of this and the MTG is that it uses more resin and less steel. So on this, the lugs are part of the resin case, and the steel part is basically just the bezel covering it, while on the MTG, the lugs are a part of the outer shell and are made of steel, which makes them virtually indestructible. Another difference is that the clasp is stamped, unlike the MTG and MRG that have them machined. And the G-Steel models are not made in Japan, but in Casio's other factories all over the world. The prices reflect all this, so they start from $250 and go up to $750, which makes them a bargain compared to the other two. The lineup is the biggest here, and it consists of too many models to name. But these include watches powered by regular battery-operated movements like the GST 400, through the solar atomic models like the GST 300, and all the way up to the GST B100 that uses Bluetooth to connect to your phone. They all come with mineral crystal, with the exception of the GST B100X models that come with sapphire crystal and use carbon fiber instead of steel for the bezel, so they're easy to recognize. This lineup, just like the MRG, features what Casio calls mid-sized version, which are the GST 300 and 310 models. They're slightly smaller than the full-sized brethren, but still bigger than the MRG 2000, which I find to be the most elegant. Now, if only it wasn't so expensive. Well, this covers the whole lineup of metal-made G-Shocks, with the exception of so-called screwbacks, but they deserve a video of their own. I hope this video cleared and simplified the process of distinguishing the differences between each of these lines, as it can get confusing. Let me know in the comment section if you like this idea of quick buying guides, and I will be making more of them. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and also make sure to turn on notifications by clicking the little bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. Until the next video, bye.